Okay, right. So what we discussed in the previous session about the pre-sales part, right? So understanding over the pre-sales, what exactly pre-sales is all about for any organization level. At the same time, even we discussed about how different service-based to product-based companies are. Service-based company where we provide services exclusive for the customer, as I already told you. So when we trying to provide a business solution, make sure it has to be aligned to the business goals and visions of the client. Then only the solution that we are developing will have a value. Otherwise, there is no value for that. So, pre-sales team is something which majorly has to focusing on multiple things. These are the activities. Yesterday, I have just given a high-level understanding. Let me get into the actual fact. So, generally, the first thing about prospecting or qualifying leads, because as I already told you, wherein growing of business happens through uh, identifying the new potential customers for us. Okay, that's more important. So prospecting and qualifying leads that we need to identify, that is depending on multiple factors. Please write down. Please make a note. I'll give you some notes also meanwhile. You please make a
Yeah,
note. It could be helpful to you because every time going through the recordings and you cannot prepare yourself, right?
exactly. Yeah, I'm doing it.
Running notes kind of I'll give. Please make a note. Prospecting and qualifying leads based on the
Yeah,
prospecting and qualifying leads
based on the.
based on the functional and technical expertise that we are having. That we are having. For example, when we want to develop, for example,
Okay,
as a services company, for example, as a services company,
okay,
our experience is more on the banking side.
okay,
As a services company, our experience is more on the banking side. In this in this in this situation,
okay,
we have to identify the prospect leads
okay,
of the customers, prospect
okay,
leads of the customers. Either they may be requiring services or is there they may be requiring solutions in the field of banking, financial services, and payments. Because banking, financial services, payments, okay, these are the interconnected areas or the functionalities for any business.
yeah,
Give a best example to you. For example, if you take any financial institution, bank, I can say. Financial institution means again responsibilities will be different. Banks you could see, right? So what banks do? Banks can receive deposits from the customers. They'll maintain savings account, corporate accounts, current accounts, all that.
yeah,
At the same time, they can provide loans also. Different type of loans can be provided by the customers. That is second one. At the same time, they can provide some portfolio services also. Portfolio services means, let's say, if you want to have a demat account, if you want to do stock trading, or if you want to invest on something relating to mutual funds or any kind of futures and options and all. So
yeah,
they will be providing more insights and guidance for us for the right investment. And based on the future needs, what we have, they can create a portfolio for us. They'll tell us, right? So what, let's say, for example, an individual wants to have a portfolio in future, wherein for their children's education, marriage, and retirement and all. So based on the income that the person is having, so they will create a financial planning, more or less like a financial planning kind of. So diversified services are being involved in the banking side. Okay, banking side, even in the payment point of view. Payments means either it can be regional payments, I mean domestic payments. It can be domestic payments or it can be cross-border payments. Cross-border payments means money you're sending from the one country to another country for the customer. Maybe let's say customer is buying some raw material from out of the country. it has to transfer money has to be transferred from one country to another country through a bank, through an official account of the customer account. He has to send the money. Where banks do that. This is all about the payment part, payment domain perspective.
Okay.
So multiple aspects of banking, financial services, payment related stuff, if there is any requirement of that. So qualifying leads, we are identifying based on that. Whatever the technical, functional expertise or the business domain expertise we have, based on that, we have to identify the right customers. Because if not, we are not in that category, usually, for example, we are not in the healthcare side. Okay, we don't have much idea over the healthcare environment. We don't have much idea about HIPAA rules, Medicare, Medicaid, all that kind.
Yeah.
It's advisable not to go with it. Right? This is how generally this prospecting of qualifying leads, being a pre-sales team, we have to be involved in. Second, product research, right? Product research.
Okay.
They need to perform product research. Along with producting. Sometimes, right? Sometimes when we are coming up with new product. Example, we are a services company. We have seen some opportunity that in developing some payment related product for cross-border payments or some CRM related or ERP related applications. If we develop, has a more demand in the market. These kind of products are more in demand. So what we do, generally we do the product research because there are product management teams we know that, where it starts with ideation of the product, like from their conceptualization and designing the product. And finally, we do the delivery of the product by understanding the target customers, all that. This is all about the product research, where sometimes pre-sales teams will also be involved. This is point number 2. This is nothing to do with the customer. This is nothing to do with RFP. Okay, you want to come up with a new product based on the what type of products are rightly useful in the market. Based on that, you are coming up. This is called product research. The third, market research.
Okay.
Focusing more of performing
more of performance. Performing
Market research
to
identify the potentiality. Identify the potentiality or potential customers. Because when we are associating with the customer, vice versa, it has to be beneficial. It has to be beneficial to the customer. And customer, because of the customer, we have to get benefit out of that. Yes, sir. So for that, we need to perform market research. This is also required. Okay, market research is very important. Next, data and customer analysis. Generally, this will be done by data analyst team, because not as a pre-sales team that will be involved in, because there are multiple members will be involved, I told you. Right. So this customer analysis, data, because normally there are two differences you see: business analysis, data analysis, because many people will get a confusion here. What is business analysis? What is data analysis? Business analysis majorly focusing on the business perspective. Okay, by understanding the business situation of a particular customer. So what their problems are, right? So what kind of solutions are rightly useful to them to reach their present as well as the future goals. This is all about the business analysis. Data analysis means we are doing scientific research on something by taking the data, using different chi-square, different tools like chi-square testing, weighted average, and different data analysis tools like we can use Python, all that programming. And we'll come up with the research-oriented finalization of some business decision. Means if you want to take a decision on something, you want to know about the customer satisfaction, you want to know about the customer perception. So where you required some kind of data is needed. So data of the customers, what type of products they are buying, you want to know about the product customer behavior. Okay, I'm referring that as an example. This is all about the customer analysis. So data and customer analysis, where more of research oriented based on the data that will be involved. Some kind of pre-sales team will also be involved. As I told you, people who are belongs to the data analysis and all will be doing it, not from the project management or those kind of people. Okay, that is second. Next, preparing call scripts.
Preparing calls.
Call
Okay.
scripts
Call script.
focuses more on
Process more on
identifying what
identifying
calls,
what
what type of calls
type of calls.
we need to focus more on. What type of calls we need to focus more on, because you have to identify and preparing call scripts, etc. Right? So what type of call scripts are required, etc. that we have to be taken care of. This is one more point.
Yeah.
Identify solutions to the customer pain points. This part I already yesterday told you. Okay. For
Yeah.
this, there are few things that is to be known with, right? To do this, identify solutions to customer pains for this, right? For this.
Okay. For this,
As a pre-sales team,
as if
as a pre-sales team,
pre-sales team
need to focus on following questions.
need to focus on some.
Following questions.
Yeah.
First, you need to know the business situation, right?
Yeah.
First one, business situation. From the client side, I'm referring, okay? What
Okay.
exactly business situation client has? First is business situation. Second, problem or problems.
Problem.
Problem or problems.
Probables. Okay.
Problem or problems.
Yeah.
Next, business need.
Business need. Okay.
Business need. Next, scope of the project. Scope of the solution. Don't write project. Scope of the
So
solution.
yeah. Scope of the solution. Okay.
Assumptions and dependencies to provide solution.
Assumptions and dependencies. Okay.
To provide solution. What could be the possible challenges? What could be the possible challenges?
Okay.
Possible challenges. What are the critical success factors?
Critical success factors.
To
Okay.
provide solution.
Okay.
What business solution we are coming up with? What business solution we want to come up with? What business solution we want to come up with? How far
How far?
this can be aligned? This can be means uh,
Solution.
this can be means solution.
Yeah. Can be aligned.
How far this can be aligned? How far this can be aligned with?
With.
How far this can be aligned with? Business
Main.
goal and vision you want to achieve.
Business vision.
Business
You
goal
want.
and vision you want to achieve.
Business vision we want to achieve. Okay.
Understood? Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Understood now? Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are the major elements because end of the day, whatever the solution being a pre-sales team, we want to come up with the later part, not now, maybe later.
Okay.
We must ensure it has to reach the right target, right goal and vision of the customer. If you are not doing that, then there will be no value in developing the solution to the customer. So then you will be knowing about all these. You will be knowing based on the high level understanding of the RFP that is being released by the customer. Got it clear now?
Yeah.
Next point, crafting a unique selling proposition. This is a common business knowledge. Okay? Crafting a unique selling proposition because see, there must be some USP, right? There must
Yeah.
the very first thing is basic. It's a basic understanding. For example, you are coming up with a new product. You come to me, Raj, I want to sell this product. The very first thing that I'll ask you, why should I? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Why should I buy this product? Right. So what proposition, what value proposition will this give to me? Okay, will this give to me? So there must be some unique selling proposition must be there that has to be crafted by the team. So because see, if you're taking services from my end, this is how the value that you are going to get. So that kind of impression that we have to create. So because there are lot many people who are involving in the bidding process. Okay, because see everybody try to get some new business, right? So there must be some unique selling proposition kind of mechanism has to be designed by the team because some people are technically knowledgeable, right? Some people are functionally very good in this. Some people have some subject matter expertise at some area. So that crafting a unique selling proposition is also one of the key activity as a pre-sales team, combining all the people as a meeting. Okay, you must be. Next, managing deal qualifications and proposals. Managing deal
Managing.
qualifications and proposals. Deal qualification and proposals. And proposals, which means
Yeah.
you need to
Yeah.
read the deal qualifications proposals means how this can be qualified by it. So what are the parameters to be? Yesterday also I told, right? So parameters can be two. One is technical criteria, second is the financial criteria. Technical criteria means whatever the requirement customer is expecting, you need to have that subject matter expertise and technical expertise on that area. Then only you are qualified to participate in the bidding process. Second is financial criteria. Financial criteria means the company which is submitting the bid should have this much of turnover. That should be the criteria there. So these are all something will be part of managing dealing qualifications proposals. These are the major activities as a pre-sales team we will be involving more on. Understood, right? Got it.
Yeah.
So this is what generally the pre-activities of the pre-sales team. And next, what pre-sales consultants do, because that's not it's no related for your this thing, because you are focusing more from the project management perspective. Okay. But generalizing this statement, okay, this pre-sales, because there will be some roles you can see as a pre-sales consultant also. Okay, a pre-sales consultant, because there will be multiple roles that are involved in the pre-sales, right? So you may have pre-sales consultant separate. You have business analyst experience having working in the pre-sales team. You have project management experience working on the pre-sales team. You are from the technical side of the application, from the architecture point of view, where you are also one of the pre-sales consultant person. Or you may be having experience in negotiation skills, etc. You will be part of pre-sales. So pre-sales consultant is a generic profile where any normal individual can do. Okay, it's not something specific to the background of project management patients, project management side on, but still anything. Right. So what generally pre-sales consultant do? The first point you don't need to write anything is there. I'll tell you. So the first one is accompanying salespeople on visit. That is the first thing. We need to deliver the presentations and product demonstrations because this is an initial level we have to perform as a pre-sales consultant. Means based on the limited information customer has given, we need to come up with the delivery presentations. You have not delivered the presentations, what we have understood so far, and what is that something that we can execute for you. So those kind of presentations and demonstrations has to be given by the pre-sales consultant people. Next, liaise with product managers to provide feedback from the client. This is anyway a common thing for you. understanding about current and market future needs and products of the competitors and all, known activity. Next, managing the sales bid process. So, as a bid person, you need to know how to prepare bidding. I'll provide the templates I already told you. I have my own templates I'll be giving you of my old project related stuff I'll have. So I'll give
Okay.
for bidding proposals, etc. Standard structure. Structure remains the same, but the kind of cost that we are mentioning, it can be different. Okay, time and material, or it can be fixed cost. That we'll see. Okay, that I'll tell you that later. I'll give you an example on that video. Okay, managing sales bids process is also one of the keeping daily. Next, responding to the RFI and RFQs, because there is a structure that is being involved. Yesterday, if you remember, I have shown you. Let me show you. Yeah, this is where generally the structure is vendor selection process structure. Vendor selection process from the customer point of view. This is okay. This is from the customer point of view. So there are
Okay.
two different point of views that you can see as far as the pre-sales is concerned. Let me note it down here. There will be two different things. Okay?
So one is customer point of view, and the other one is the
Absolutely. True.
yeah.
Yeah, because point of view of two things, because many people confuses here.
Okay.
Because they'll be confused here. Point of view from the customer, client side.
Client in the sense who is buying our product, right?
Absolutely. Who wants solution? Okay.
Yeah.
Client who wants solution? Because they'll also have their own teams, right?
Yeah.
Who wants solution is a client, customer, client, whatever the name you can call.
Yeah.
Vendor means who provides solution, who provides service or solution. Okay, vendor. Okay. So point of view, you need to understand this from the vendor perspective. Because you are working, let's say that we are working for IT company, where we have to understand the point of view of pre-sales activity from the vendor side, not from the client side. Okay,
Yeah.
not the client side, because you are not a client, because you are gathering the high level information, you are getting the high level information from the customer, and based on that, you are coming up with it. Okay, you are going with it. So point of view matters. The point of view matters. The reason why I always, whenever people comes, why I am taking all the basic information about them, etc. Because of it. Because some people are missing this point well. They are not so clear about this point of view. If I'm teaching it from the client perspective, then the approach will be different. Okay.
Okay.
If I'm teaching this, or if I'm coaching them from the vendor perspective, then the difference is then the requirement is different. Well, let's say that we are thinking from a client perspective, we have to identify who are the qualified vendors. Okay, that is our perspective. If you are a client, okay. At the same time, if you are a vendor who is nothing but a service provider, you need to identify who's the right client that we have to provide solution. Because sometimes you do remember, because you are in the industry, you know that sometimes we do business commercially, business wise. I'm saying not commercially, business wise. I'm saying anything. Okay, you can say any business wise. You can see sometimes we do business, we provide services not for the profit always, because sometimes we provide service, but cost to cost we provide some break even also we do.
Okay.
Why do we do for break even? Because that subject matter expertise will come across, so that you can put this as a frontline this thing for future products. Let's say, for example, you are not in that domain perspective earlier. You are not having the domain expertise there. Somehow, through the reference or your goodwill and all, you got an opportunity and you are start working for the customer. So, initially, because that is the first time you are dealing with that particular subject matter expertise or the domain or the functional side, what we do, we don't really look for profits in that. Okay, what we see is break even is there. Because we want to get the knowledge of the domain or the expertise when we are dealing with the customer. So that itself will give you business on that particular domain, on the particular functionality for coming years. That's how we will be increasing our portfolio at the organization side. Understood? Clear?
Yeah.
So this is how we need to understand, either from the client perspective or vendor perspective. This is something that we need to know. But our focus is more majorly from the, as I already told you, our focus is majorly from the vendor
Client,
perspective. We are
vendors. Yeah,
okay, vendor perspective, because that distinction of clarity is more important for the people. Otherwise, people confuses a lot. Okay, because based out of their experience, etc., they confuse a lot. From the vendor perspective, we are working on vendor side. We are okay. Vendor through vendor side, we are working on vendor perspective. Okay, when the customer services whoever is providing, from their perspective, we need to start. So this flow I am going to start from next week. As scheduled, the duration of. I'll be starting from next week. One by one. And meanwhile, I'll give you the case study. Hopefully next week only I'll give you. I'll
yeah,
give some questions which you need to be answered. Templates time and again based on the need. I'll give you the templates also. Understand? Clear?
yeah.
Any questions?